mean, I feel like a majority of the NFL now plays this defense, and we're going to keep getting it until, especially like the way that Denver they adjusted in the second half. You know, they had five techniques along with their outside linebackers. So that's one thing that the Rams did last year that definitely stifled our run game in the NFC Championship game. And we're gonna have to figure out a way to beat it. Otherwise, teams are just gonna keep doing it to us. So it's fun because we're doing different things, similar but different. But it's exciting to just get a new game plan and see different ways that we're gonna attack it. And it doesn't feel like we're just beating our heads against the wall. It does feel like we're trying different ways to attack this defense that has been giving us fits. I'd say with the Rams last time we played them and with the Broncos. So excited about the opportunity.
Is the obstacle that they have five against up on the line, and it's harder to get to the outside when they have that extra guy up there on the edge?
Yeah, I mean that when you put a guy on the edge and then a guy also between the tight end and the tackle, there's a lot. It's not very good angles for anybody. So that makes it difficult. So you have to get kind of creative with the way that you block them. Also, when you have Aaron Donald as one of those guys, that makes it a little bit more difficult because he's very talented. But they're a very different team. When you lose a guy like Von Miller, it's just different. You don't have that presence on the edge now. Their two edge guys are very good. I'm a huge fan of Leonard Floyd. Had some great battles with him. So looking forward to that will be challenging. Looking forward to going against him. But it's a very good defense. That's now they have Bobby Wagner in the middle, and you have a very talented secondary who I think they have a couple of injuries back there. But as long as you got Jalen Ramsey playing, they're going to be very talented, and they're going to be moving. They're going to be hitting. They're going to be talking. So it's going to be a very fun physical game like it always is.
George, did you see what happened to Tua last night, and do you feel confident the NFL concussion protocol has your guys' best interests at heart?
I did see what happened to him. I saw it happen to him last week. I kind of forgot until the Thursday night game that he only had 4 days of recovery for that. And, as an NFL player, it's very hard to take yourself off a field, especially in a position that he's in. I know he's a starting quarterback. The Dolphins, they're 3-0. He's playing at a very high level. They're winning big games. So I know that no matter what anybody's telling him, he's going to try his best to be out there. Sometimes, people have to save you from yourself. That's just an issue of, being a football player. And it sucks to see that, really. It's just kind of what you sign up for when you play football. That's a risk that, everybody, you can have that every single play. So that sucks. Do I think that they have our best interests in mind? I think the protocols, even since I've been a rookie, have gotten way stricter, gotten a lot better. If they notice anything on the sideline, I've been checked a couple times, and fortunately I've not had concussions, so I've gotten through those. But they're very serious with that stuff. So I think they've done a good job. I don't know what's happened in the Dolphins building. I don't know what they talked about last week at halftime. They allowed Tua to play in the second half, and I don't know how. If he thinks he's all right, then I'm going to trust the guy's instinct. But like I said, at the end of the day, sometimes the team has to kind of protect you from yourself.
Fair enough. Thanks.
George, it's not to beat this into the ground, but obviously
not to beat it in the ground.
No,
okay.
Of course not.
Then don't do it.
But you're not the only guy who said, "Well, I saw what happened Sunday," and the Dolphins, he didn't have a concussion. But as a player, do you look at that and say, "Come on"?
To an extent, like I said, it's really on the player. Unless a guy's legit falling over, which I guess Tua did last week. No player is going to want to take themselves out of a football game, and it's the team can only do so much, and there's tests and stuff like that. You can still somehow pass it, I guess, and it's just on the team to really protect these guys. And last night's a scary example of when a guy's not protected. And I'm not saying the Dolphins did anything wrong, but Tua could have passed all these tests, and maybe his concussion last week wasn't so bad. I don't know the details. With all the scrutiny that's on it right now, I'm going to assume that things are going to get even tighter moving forward.
George, I know he's not your position coach, but what's it like having Bobby Turner?
Oh, Bobby T? It was awesome. I actually just ate lunch with him. It's wonderful to have him back. He's a presence that everybody in the building respects. He has a voice that when you hear him, everybody listens. And he's just got such a different perspective on it than anybody else. He's just been doing it for so long. And the way that he cares for his players and the way that he cares for football and the passion he has behind everything that he does every single day, it's just honestly just kind of warms your heart every single day. It doesn't matter what's going on, but you're in a better mood every time you see him. And it's also awesome, he just expects greatness from you every single day, so you kind of have to show up because you don't really want to disappoint Bobby T.
These past few months is, I think, the first time you've been here with him not here? Was it weird? Did you notice his absence?
Oh, definitely. I mean, like he's a guy that starts our meetings as an offense. Saturday nights for games, he would start our offensive meeting the night before games. So like when you just miss that person, it's just kind of like I definitely miss that voice. I'm not going to say he's not the reason that we're winning games last year, but he was definitely a huge part. He's definitely attributed to that. But it's wonderful to have him back. He's, like I said, he's just such an awesome presence to have in this building, and he does things the right way. And so just having that is great. Hey, Fred Warner.
Oh, don't mind me.
I'm minding you. Will you guys interview him next, please?
We did
You said
yesterday.
earlier that you have to be creative against this defense, and creativity has been your strong suit in recent years, especially in Rams games.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniel has been credited with a lot of that creativity. Are you confident that even with Daniel in Miami, you have that creative element still in the building to kind of evolve against this team?
Yes, I do. I know. I love Mike. Mike's fantastic. Sitting in his office talking about the run game and talking to someone who's as passionate about the run game as he is. It was awesome. I loved having Mike for the last 5 years. Was he really good at what he did? Yes, that's why he got hired to be a head coach. Great news is Kyle Shanahan's right across that hall, and he's pretty good at what he does. Along with him and Coach Furster, and even my tight end coach Brian Fleury, they've done a fantastic job, I think, of putting these game plans together for us. And while we didn't have a lot of success last week, and we only had 19 runs, it's hard to run the ball when you don't convert third downs. If we convert 4 of those third downs and our drives are 10 plays instead of 4 plays, we probably have 30 runs, and so then it looks a lot better. But we didn't convert on third down. So I like our run game plan. I liked it last week. I like it this week. We just have to stay in the field so we can actually call those plays.
George, you got the Rams a little worked up with body bag game talk last year.
Didn't I?
Did you after this off season, did you have them chirping at you? Did you have occasion to run into those guys?
No, actually, right after I went to WrestleMania with Leonard Floyd, it was awesome. I was very jealous. He had a championship belt over his shoulder, and I tried to steal it from him. Didn't work out too well. He's very tall, actually. No, but I respect all those players. I respect everybody in the league. Is it a rivalry? Yes. I'm gonna do my best to not be just super friendly to them on Monday night, which I know they won't give it to me either. But I love competing against them because whenever we play each other, they're great football games. They're violent, they're physical. You're in each other's face, and that's what football is supposed to be about. And so I'm looking forward to it. I didn't get a lot of chirping from him in the off season, but I'm not in LA very often, and I live in Nashville, so I don't see very many of them too often.
You mentioned
What he said last one. There's no rules in this establishment, is there? All right.
No. You mentioned the word rivalry. When you play high stakes games like that, obviously they're in the division, so they're always a rivalry naturally. But when you play high stakes games like you did last year a couple times, does that validate that further in some way?
Yeah, I think so. Right now, we're playing. Let's see. Last year with the Rams, we played them on. Was it Monday Night Football? Mm-hmm. We played them on Monday Night Football at home when we were 3-5, and then we had to win that one. Played them last game of the season, which was primetime television. Niners win or go home, and then we played them in the NFC Championship game. So yeah, all 3 games last year were the stakes were at their highest. I think they just got bigger each time that they won. And this week, it starts off on Monday Night Football again. And that's just what it is. Niners and Rams. It's great football. Everybody knows what you're going to get, and that's why people want to watch it in primetime.